Hello everyone, this is Quiversee and welcome back to more Mega Man Legends 2. So, last time we got the final key to the Mother Lode out of the Kalinka Island ruins. And in between parts, I did do a little bit of Zenny grinding. And I also decided I wanted to change one thing up. I mentioned before that I was going to be using the blade arm for the next section, but I'm thinking about it, and it's like, I don't think it's really going to be all that good of an option there, so I decided I'm going to go with the shield arm for this next part. And we'll see how that goes. In addition, I also did buy the flame barrier, and I spent a bunch of Zenny on a few special item upgrades as well, so a few of the weapons are now upgraded a bit. Anyway, in this part, we're going to go straight to the sulfur bottom and give the final key to Von Bucher. Let's hope that World's premonition of something bad happening doesn't happen. Just gotta make our way over to the office as per normal. And here we go.
Mega Man! So, you got the fourth and final key? If it weren't for all your hard work, those pirates would have gotten the keys, and who knows what would have happened.
It will be very interesting to see if they do anything now that we have all four keys in our possession.
What do you mean, they?
Those funny-looking people, the ones that we found on Forbidden Island who said they were ancients.
I trust everyone unless they give me a reason not to, but you don't live as long as I have without taking precautions. I have armed guards placed around the room. I can call on them if necessary to protect us and this ship.
I just hope we won't need them. What was that?
I thought I felt something.
Confirmed. All four keys have been recovered.
Have you made all the necessary preparations to take control of this ship?
Yes.
Very well, begin.
If necessary, is it acceptable to disable Mega Man Trigger? Even if it means destroying the Master's genetic code?
Your primary mission is to recover and secure the keys. Then, with luck, we will be able to salvage the Master's genetic code from Trigger's shell.
Understood. Initiating assimilation program.
What's happening?
We've got to get out of here!
Roll called it.
What's up with the ship? It's on fire! You don't think there's someone else after the keys, do you?
If we don't help her, she's probably going to crash. We've got to do something.
But if we're not careful, we'll end up going down with them. I don't know if even that blue kid can get out of this one.
Babu, babu, babu.
You think so too, huh, Bon?
Mega Man.
The Bonds are worried. How adorable.
You're finally awake.
Huh? Where is everyone?
Don't you worry. Gats is taking care of them.
Mistress Yuna, what are you doing?
My, you recognize me as Yuna? Even though I destroyed my original shell?
Don't waste your time, geeks. You could become infected by her aberrant logic.
My, aren't we testy? What have I done?
You should ask yourself that question, Yuna. It doesn't matter. Not anymore. I have made my decision. I will not tolerate interference.
You're going to destroy the Master's genetic sample, aren't you? Without even consulting me. That's not exactly fair, is it?
When you destroyed your original shell, I became the only mother unit for this system. I am within the Master's system parameters. Fairness is irrelevant.
I thought you'd say that.
Mistress Sarah, here are the keys. You must return to Elysium. This unit will follow after recovering the Master's genetic sample.
Excuse me, I'm talking with Sarah.
Geets, go.
The keys!
Now this is a problem. She plans on executing the carbon reinitialization program.
Carbon reinitialization program?
Basically, every human alive will be deleted, wiped out, and the ancients will be restored.
What?
Please do not complicate matters further, Mistress Yuna. There are several preparations to be made. Please remove yourself from this ship at once.
I don't know if I can do that.
Comply or this unit will use deadly force. Your answer?
No, Gats. You know what to do.
Are you sure, Mistress Yuna?
Gats, what are you doing?
Though I'm no longer recognized as a mother unit in this body, it means too that I'm not affected by behavioral limiters. I can do whatever I want.
Initiating countermeasures.
Gats, cease your actions at once. What are you doing?
All right, Mega Man. I've separated Geets from his ship. Go up on deck. Geets should be there. Where we go from here is up to you, Mega Man. Do you fight Geets? Or do you give him the Master's genetic sample? Confused? That's not surprising, I guess. After all, you have lost your memory, haven't you? But that doesn't really matter. All that matters is what you think and how you feel now. Now, don't try to think about things too hard. Just be true to you yourself and follow where your heart leads you.
Mistress Yuna, Geets is very angry. If we do not hurry, he is likely to destroy the entire ship.
Well, Mega Man, what are you going to do?
What the? I thought I saw something flying around. But I don't think it was a Reaver bot.
Diesel, look!
Hey, wait, that's Mega Man! What is going on here? What are we going to do? I'll tell you what we're going to do. This is a chance I've been waiting for. We're going to settle the score with that blue brat once and for all.
Wait a minute, Diesel. If that ship crashes, we'll lose the keys and everything else of value on it. Like it or not, we have to help him.
I guess you're right, Tron. All right, then. First, we help Mega Man. Then we take the keys. Okay, people, get lively. We've got work to do.
Are you malfunctioning, Gats? There's no need for us to fight. Why do you insist on opposing me?
Sorry, Geets, but I don't believe what Mistress Sarah is planning is right.
Mistress Yuna is also in error, abandoning her shell for a carbons. That is no longer Mistress Yuna. It's an abomination, an affront to us all. If you insist on following her, I shall be forced to terminate you. Both of you!
Master Trigger, I'm sorry. I have failed. You are our only hope.
Okay, and after all that exposition, it is now time to do battle with my control stick acting up. Hang on. Haven't had that in a while happen. English. Anyways, time to do battle with Geets, subordinate to a Mistress Sarah. Woo!
You miscalculated.
Okay, before I go into what's been happening, shield arm. Yep, this is how it works. You have to hold the button down and you get yourself an energy barrier. You can't attack while it's up. So, gotta choose between offense and defense with it. It'll actually be much better in this fight than anywhere else. Geets here is gonna just fly around and do various carp bombing attacks.
Focus.
Don't you quit on me now, Mega Man. If you lose, you'll have to answer to me.
And the bonds are helping by cheering us on, which I think is adorable. Wait, did my shield arm work okay there?
The best weapons aren't even threatening him.
You know, I'm just gonna try that for a moment.
Prepare yourself.
Oh.
Used to be able to dodge his attack.
Okay, there actually they help. They tell you how to dodge.
If you win, I'll buy you dinner.
And Diesel's offering to buy us dinner.
Focus.
But, man, things certainly got real there for a bit, didn't they? We went from going on a treasure hunt to, oh no, now these mysterious people want to literally wipe out all life on Earth. Which is pretty fascinating. I mean, there's a few more details we haven't learned about yet, so I don't want to talk about too much yet, but there's some interesting implications about what that might mean. Oh, we didn't do the carp bomb.
Good couple.
Okay, Shield Arm versus Geats. Absolute waste. Shield Arm is supposed to protect you against most any standard bullet. Like, I'm surprised it's not helping. Ah, well. I'll have to try using it on something later just to demonstrate. This is another really cool fight, by the way. You're basically fighting a giant Dragon Reaver bot. That's what these things are. They're dragons.
The weapons aren't even slapping him.
That carp bomb attack is scarier than it actually is. It doesn't help that he turns red for it. But yeah, once you strip it down, this fight is pretty straightforward. That attack is a pain to dodge. I thought for sure that the shield arm would help against it. That's how you're supposed to dodge. And by the way, is using the dodge roll. Okay, the Bonds have gone from being helpful to being a little bit annoying with their cheering. Mainly because they're repeating themselves. But I think it is adorable that they do cheer you on.
Hurry up and finish them off already.
I wonder if you can actually hit them. Part of me wants to try. But the same part of me is like, I shouldn't risk it.
They make a good couple.
What do you mean they make a good couple, Diesel? What are you trying to imply here?
You miscalculated.
That's it, Mega Man.
Take this. Oh, run it back.
There we go. Yeah, there really isn't too much else to say about this fight. We've seen almost everything that he can do. He does have one more attack to use later, but not yet. I'm kind of wanting... Oh, there we go. Looks like Geats got sick of them too.
No!
I love the Bonds, but good lord, that was a little annoying.
Now we finish this.
That being said, I'm still sad that they had to get shot down. But now it is just Mega Man and Geats. No Bonds. Honestly, better weapons for this fight would have included the Buster Cannon or Homing Missile. Probably the Homing Missile would have been the best one, now that I think about it. But, yeah, like, you can see why I wouldn't want to... Hold that thought. Sorry about that interruption. Anyways... He actually said it's that best you can do, Purifier. That's interesting. Which kind of doesn't what I was about to say. I kind of want to talk more about some of the exposition we just got, but honestly, we're about to get a lot more after we defeat Geats. And it'll be something much better to talk about then when we have the whole story. Because right now, you know, if you don't know what's going on, you'd be just as confused as Mega Man here. I mean, carbon reinitialization program, destroying all the humans, mother units.
You miscalculated.
You know, what does all that even mean? What's this about the Master's genetic code if Mega Man? I mean, we already know that when they say, you know, trigger, they're referring to Mega Man because of Mega Man Juno on catalogs. He called us Trigger. But that's about the extent of the knowledge at this point. Ah, here we go. So after a while, Geats' tail is going to smoke. And crash land. So during this part, he's going to do a fire attack and a tail whip. And he dies. Those are the only other attacks he had.
This is all your doing. If it weren't for you, this would not have happened. This unit cannot allow Mistress Sarah to be harmed.
And now for the aforementioned exposition.
Do not forget, the Master is the only true human remaining. The system exists only to protect and serve the Master. We exist for this and only this purpose.
Mother?
Remember, the Master says illogical things at times. If he does, ignore him.
I do not understand why the Master would wish to have a unit such as that by his side. What would prompt such behavior?
The Master is lonely.
What's happening? Is this a dream?
They scolded you again, did they not? My little friend? Don't be upset. Sarah often reprimands me as well. And do you know why? I can show you. Observe.
Who is that? I feel like I know him.
Beautiful. Is it not? These lights are one of the Beta cities. But these are not ordinary betas. I have modified them slightly. Betas. You call them carbons. Though artificially created, in the end they may be closer to people than you think. The people living there know thirst, hunger, disease. They suffer all these things, and in the end, they grow old and die. But for one brief moment, they shine as bright as the sun. Because they know these hardships, they also know the meaning of happiness. Compared to theirs, our perfect world is cold and sterile. I'd like to ask you to do something for me, Mega Man. Can you take me there? What do you say?
Take you there? What? Wait, I know him. He's the Master. I remember now. I came here. I came to Terra with the Master. And then...
Come on, Mega Man. If you fall asleep, you'll never wake up again. Open your eyes! I thought I might not be able to make contact with you.
Where are...
We're inside one of your memory files. The file you entrusted Data with all those years ago.
Memory? Data?
You were badly damaged by Geetz's attack. I'm rebuilding you, using Data's memory to restore your programming. You won't be fully optimized for a while longer, so just sit back and relax.
Data. Restore. Program?
Listen to the sounds of everyday life, the sounds of city life, the smell of evening meals being prepared. All this and more we in Elysium have lost. Thank you, Mega Man. Thanks to you, I have finally been able to experience this for myself. For 3,000 years, I have been free from hardship and pain, a life of luxury and ease obeying my heart's desires. Seeing these people, grateful for the simple joys of life, I wonder, was I truly happy? I have made up my mind, Mega Man. Carry out my final command. I want you to destroy the system. I realize now that we were wrong. Correct my mistake. Make things right again. This is a good luck charm. As long as you have it, no one can stop or harm you. Return to Elysium. Delete all data from the library, understand? Please, Mega Man.
Master.
It looks as though my time has finally come. I know I cannot survive long outside of Elysium. Therefore, goodbye, Mega Man. Thank you for all you have done for me. All these many years. I go now. into the arms of my true mother.
Master.
So that's what this is all about. Sarah never told me about this.
You are...
Yuna. Remember me?
Yuna?
Sarah is in charge of Elysium's system. I was in charge of Terra's system. My official designation was Mother.
Mother?
Now I understand why you downloaded your memories of the Master into that little monkey. So they couldn't be scanned or tampered with. Now I understand why you brought the Master here. Why you tried to destroy the system.
Mistress Yuna, Mistress Sarah has almost reached Elysium.
We're running out of time. Unless we stop her, Sarah will execute the carbon reinitialization program. The carbon reinitialization program was meant to be run only after the Master and all other humans have died. It uses their genetic codes to clone new humans. If it's activated, everyone alive on Terra will be eliminated. Only you can stop Sarah from using it. It looks like your self-repair functions are working. We can go now, but you still need to decide what to do.
Mega Man!
He'll be all right. Though his memory is still fragmented, he can still download whatever he needs from your little monkey friend. Now, Gats and I will get a pod ready that will take you back to Elysium. You can find both of us where you initially came to Terra. The choice is yours, the Master's final wish, or follow the path the system has chosen. Find us when you make up your mind. See you!
Look in any library and you can find a history of civilization as we know it, but there's nothing describing the world before we started recording events. I always wondered why. Now I know. We didn't evolve. We were created. One day, boom, there we were, with a language and culture provided for us.
I wanted to know who built all the ruins and why they were there. We owe everything to the Master.
I don't know whether this master system should be destroyed or not. It's too big for me. We're in your hands, Mega Man. Do what you think is best. There's nothing we can do about it. What will be, will be.
Mega Man, I don't know what your life was like before we met, but do what you think is right, no matter what. I'll keep looking until I find my parents, but you're the most important thing in my life. If not for you, I wouldn't have been able to do all the things I've done. That's why I know you'll do what's best for me. For everyone, come on, let's go. She's waiting for us. Right.
That is a lot of exposition. But yeah. Remember the tales of the goddesses back on Kalinka, the Earth Goddess and the Sky Goddess? That was referring, of course, to Yuna and Sarah, the mother units of Terra, where we stand now, and Elysium, where the ancients once resided, where Mega Man is from. And the Master, he had mentioned how he had lived for 3,000 years. Essentially, the ancient human race in this world lived as actual gods. Immortal, in their home in the sky. Capable of living without pain, without any kind of, remorse or anything. Yet, being able to create life on this world. Fun fact, if I'm not mistaken, in Japan, Elysium is not called Elysium. It is literally called Heaven. It's quite interesting. And quite tragic, too. Because when the Master died, that was the end of the human race. And he basically said, don't bring it back. he doesn't want humanity to come back because he wants the Carbons, the artificial humans, to flourish, since they live as humans do and should. You know, they live life. They don't just exist in eternal peace, as it were. Certainly is a lot to think about when you stop about that, you know? And that gives Mega Man quite the interesting choice. I mean, we know what he's going to pick, but it's like, what would you do? Bring back the original, like actual humanity? Or just allow what humanity wanted and let them rest in peace? It's worth noting also that I don't know if it's mentioned explicitly, but the good luck charm that the Master gave to Mega Man, that is the genetic code. And yeah, it allows it so that Mega Man isn't going to get hurt by the system, because the system needs that code in order to recreate humanity. Although, one thing I don't understand, why would the Carbons need to be erased in order for humanity to come back? That is never explained. I mean, couldn't they just use the genetic code that Mega Man has, recreate the human race, and allow them to live and coexist with the Carbons? Or even then, just allow them to live on Elysium if they can't live on Terra for some reason? Because another thing that's not explained is why the Master can't survive long outside of Elysium. I mean, it might just be a matter of, you know, the way his life had been up until then. He can't, like, survive outside of the environment he had been accustomed to. Or, like, there's something on Elysium that prevents people from aging, because, he lived for 3,000 years. It could be once he leaves Elysium, age is going to start becoming a thing. But, yeah, that's one thing I don't understand. Why not both here? Why not Carbons and humans? Because that's never explained. Although I guess it is partly explained, since the instructions say in the system's code to use the Carbon reinitialization program. And it's like, that's option A, and option B is obeying the Master and saying, just delete everything, destroy everything. But, again, as Yuna said, she is no longer part of the system. She can act of her own free will. And in a lot of ways, that also applies to Mega Man. So, if they thought to do both, why not do freaking both? Like, we'd still have to stop Sarah, obviously, but there's one thing about this whole thing that just feels like a bit of a plot hole that was never fully explained. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Regardless, we got ourselves a, why am I talking to Data? I want to talk to Roll. We got ourselves a lot to do. In terms of saving things. I'm going to change to the Crusher. In terms of, saving people. Like, literally saving the world. So next time on Mega Man Legends 2, we are going to Elysium. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.